So yesterday, very shitty start to my day. Actually, my day was pretty much shitty till maybe around 8. Um, took one of my edibles, so I felt okay. Today, I'm going to go out with my friend, probably get some coffee and food first, and then try and find a car. Because then I can also finally start going to my favorite, one of my favorite spots to go shopping, which is a Lego store. Not like the Lego store, but a store where you can buy and sell Legos, new and used. I mean, yeah, used obviously if you're selling. Sorry. I just woke up and I didn't sleep too well. So, also another thing, I probably might buy another mic. Well, no, not another mic. A mic so I can make these videos with better audio, hopefully. But, so hopefully we can get a car today. My budget is, no more than 15K. If I can get something below 10K, that would be ideal, but if not, then 10 to 15K is okay for me. There was a car that my friend showed me that looks pretty decent and doesn't have too many miles on it. Well, I guess in terms of the fact that it's a Toyota, I think it had like 80,000 miles on it, which is about a third of its life gone, but I get 2/3 of it. So then just figure out how much interest I want to pay in terms of financing, because I know that's how they make their money. So, if I put half down, depending on the price of the car, or 3/4, not 3/4, 2/3 of the price down, then I can just put the rest on like a small auto loan from the bank and, hopefully pay that off pretty quickly. I don't intend on having the life of the loan exceed, maybe 4 years? I don't want it exceeding 4 years, because that's going to be a lot of interest paid, I mean, just for context, and I memorized this number, but I did work it out in my head. If you bought a $20,000 car, and you put 0 down, and you pay, let's say, 10% interest, worst case scenario, your credit's shit, or it's like poor to fair, and you get a 10% interest rate, and you have the life of the loan being 6 years, you're going to be paying 77% interest on a $20,000 car. So congrats, you turned $20,000 into, at the same time, something less than $10,000, probably like $5,000, but you paid a total of $35,000 for it. $35,700. So, yeah. If I pay any interest overall, I wouldn't want to pay anything more than like 20%, because I'm more or less offsetting the hit to my bank, at this moment in time. That's what I'm really paying the interest for, I suppose. Because, yeah, I could pay the car off in full, which I'm fortunate to say, but, I want to use some of that money to buy other things later on. So, basically buying time. I guess that's what the interest is, buying. Technically, yeah. The interest is buying time, as well as the loan. But, anyway. So that should be fun. Watch, I guarantee the car salesman's going to try and get me to add everything under the sun for basically a tool for me to get from point A to point B. Now, I will admit, I'm quite nervous driving, because I actually haven't driven a car in at least 3 months, probably 4 months. It's not that I don't know how to drive a car. It's more of, I haven't handled a car in 4 months. So I think first we'll start small. Drive to, my work up the street whenever I need to. Drive to the gym. Practice parking out, further away from people so I can get used to practicing. Well, that way I can get used to parking in parking spaces. Reading the lines, reading how wide of a turn I need to make, that kind of thing. Maybe even going to a coffee shop. There's one up the street, but there is another coffee shop that I would like to go to. I just need to look up the back road to get there. I'm contemplating taking a friend of mine to go to that coffee shop one day and have him navigate me along the way, and I could just buy him coffee as a reward for doing that. But knowing him, he's probably going to give me very last minute instructions, and that's going to piss me off. So no. I also have to look it up and figure out where I'm going. It's probably what I'm going to do whenever I'm driving, is look at the GPS beforehand, try and memorize the route, and then have the GPS going while I drive. The audio, that is. I'm going to try not to look at the GPS to see where I need to go, because that's going to be a distraction, and that can lead to an accident. I think, after practicing driving for maybe a couple months or a few months, maybe I might be ready to make a trip to, one of my former favorite spots, the Ren Fair. There is a group of people, one of them is an artist that's going this year, so maybe I can go with them. But I don't know how I would fare going there, because it does bring back memories, if you catch my drift. Well, if you don't, memories of my ex and I having good times there. I mainly just want to go there to, walk around, look at the vendors, and buy a couple things. So I don't really know if it's going to be worth it, or if I should just order everything online and just wait to go to another Renaissance festival that's smaller, but more genuine. In terms of like the vendors and the products they make, as well as the entertainment. So, that or even the Riverwalk. But, I don't want to go to these places by myself. So, need to find a friend to come with. But anyway, I will say this to anyone who is wondering about my situation. Most of the time, I'm spending it alone. I do Uber to places, but by myself. And I do stay there in certain places by myself. Maybe with other people surrounding me. Sorry, my throat's very dry. But, I don't have friends left to really hang with. Maybe a couple new ones. But again, we're all so busy nowadays that it just makes it very difficult to not be alone. And obviously I can't talk to anyone else. So, maybe my best friend, but he lives an hour away. But, I might try and stay over at his place more often, just to have some sense of sanity. Anyway, just to throw it at the end of each video, to my ex, I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry about your family situation. I can't really offer you any words of comfort because, I've lost family too. You've lost family. It's never easy. Some of us don't get over it. I mean, I'm trying to get over it. Because now I actually have the time to sit and process things, unfortunately, given the circumstances, but just kind of sitting here thinking about how to let go of things is very difficult. Because I think the primary, focus for my anger, or source of my anger, comes from the fact that I wasted time and money for degrees that I thought would pay off more, but they didn't. So I'm trying to think of positives in this scenario, albeit it's very difficult, although it's very difficult. So anyway, sorry for me tripping over my words. You know, I'm still tired, but you know, I can't fall back asleep. You know, this is me on maybe 6 hours of sleep, maybe a little bit less. So anyway, and as for the rest of you guys, I hope you're doing okay, at least better than me. So yeah, hopefully car shopping goes well today. I am looking forward to that. So bye for now.